In the high, mountainous north of Italy, there is located one of those venues that is a reference point in world motorsports. It is one of a select few circuits that has seen action in both the pre-war and post-war eras of Grand Prix racing and has been a symbol of speed and danger for almost a century. The Autodromo Nazionale Monza boasts one of the highest average speeds of any non-oval racetrack and contains heavy braking zones and minimal runoff. Power, low downforce, slipstreaming, and bravery are the ingredients required for success at this circuit. Monza's story begins in the far-off, murky age of the 1920s. The Automobile Club of Milan celebrated its 25th anniversary in January 1922, and to commemorate the occasion, it was decided that a racetrack be built in the city of Monza. It was also noted that Italy needed a testing ground for new automotive technologies, and the local economy would get a much-needed boost. Not only that, but the Italian Grand Prix would gain a permanent home from which to compete with the popular French Grand Prix. The initial design for the track was penned by architect Alfredo Rosselli. Rosselli envisioned a huge 14-kilometer facility with a high-speed oval and road course side by side, but soon after construction started, the project was halted for fear that it would destroy the surrounding parkland. The design was then condensed to the first iteration of the circuit. It was completed in only 110 days, with 3,500 workers contributing, and officially opened on September 3rd, 1922. This made Monza the third ever permanent circuit built in the world, after Brooklands and Indianapolis. The next 20 years were marked by many layout changes. For a time, only the oval was used for Grand Prix, and then a combined track called the Florio circuit was used. In 1938, another layout was put in place as part of a site redevelopment, demolishing the then existing oval. And then, just a year after, the Second World War struck, and the track was left to deteriorate. The facility was used for vehicle storage during the war, and following the victory of the Allies, a parade of tanks was held on the start-finish straight. As normality resumed around Europe, so too did racing activities. Monza was resurfaced and became part of the new World Drivers' Championship in 1950. In 1955, the oval was rebuilt with higher banking, and the Parabolica was created, and the most iconic layout of Monza entered operation. This layout saw use throughout the 50s and 60s, but as cars became faster and more volatile, the glaring safety issues became apparent, and racing left the oval by 1970. Thus began Monza as we know it today. Over the next few decades, in response to crashes and deaths at the track, chicanes were gradually introduced. In response to the deaths of Ayrton Senna and Roland Ratzenberger at Imola in 1994, major works took place as Curva Grande and the Lesmo turns were moved inwards to create more runoff. By 2000, with the Variante Rettifiglio reconfigured to a tight right-left complex, Monza assumed its current form. Though its position as a Formula One venue has been under threat in recent years, Monza is still an enduring symbol of Italian motorsports and remains one of the most iconic racetracks in the world. The V8 Supercar Online Premiere Series visited Monza for the first time in 2015. Lap 1, Turn 1 is rarely boring for drivers or spectators thanks to the tight first chicane, and the long straights give these powerful cars plenty of room to stretch their legs. Look for slipstreaming and outbraking maneuvers throughout the field, some with explosive results.